Hi, and welcome back to Makeover May. I am Tasha Cleveland, and today we're going to work on Gail's room. So let's take a look at it. Gail has submitted this photo for us to take a look at. So right off the bat, I want to play with her windows just a little bit. I am going to widen those curtains just a little so that we can see a little bit more width on this space. We don't need it all quite as tight in the middle. And so that's a fairly easy solution. Just widen those curtains a little bit and give us a little more breathing room with all of the pieces of this space. Now, today, when we look at these rooms, what I'd like you to do is to notice what emotions you feel when you see the different images. So here we go. I'm really liking the blue tones being brought up onto the wall. So I can see that Gail really likes her blue. She's got a lot of different blue choices happening here in the bedding. Now, one thing what you want to remember is when you're selecting artwork for your spaces, every image is going to create a different emotion in you. And that is not universal. It's not going to be the same for everybody. When I look at this image, it's powerful and it's sort of invigorating. That may not be the emotion that you feel. So when we look at all of these choices, notice how you would want to feel if this was your bedroom and what image creates that feeling for you. So this image is really tranquil. I really love the silky water in the foreground, and I love the hint of gold in the background. This one's very serene, but it pulls me in with the shape of those clouds. It makes me feel like I'm on the beach. So think about, how do you want to feel and which image creates that for you? Feel free to drop it in the comments. I can see you right there if you add a comment. Now let's look at, here we have a really silky foreground. I really like that. I like the taupe colors in the foreground, pulling those colors up into the art. And it's almost like a reverse of what we're seeing in the bedroom, with the blue up at the top and the beige and taupe in the middle. So that's really kind of a cool mirroring effect. I also like the silky feeling. That's the kind of emotion that I enjoy feeling in a bedroom space. It's where I want to relax, but some people like to feel ready to start their day in their bedroom. And so that's something you have to decide. I do love this surfer. I am not a surfer, but if you are, this may be the kind of thing you want to wake up to. I like the vibrancy in this one. It does have a different emotion for me. The way that the waves are moving feels different. And here's a perfect example. This is definitely the kind of thing that's going to get you charged up for your day. This one's very calm and tranquil to me. How does it make you feel? And animals. Well, everybody's going to have a different feeling on animals. This one kind of feels quiet and cold, as if I'm in the water. That one's very vibrant. And that one pulls me in with the clouds. This one's very peaceful. This one is, I sort of have a crush on this image right now. I can't tell you how often I love seeing this on different walls. It is the same image that we looked at a little earlier. Here's the original, and here is the cropped version. And as much as I love that the original has more of this navy blue in the foreground, there is something magical that happens for me with this image. So that silkiness of the water, this sort of rippling effect, feels very calming to me. So how does it make you feel? And this one, color-wise, the pairing is beautiful. But again, it's much more vibrant and alive. So, which one is your favorite? I am leaning towards my crush image. Thank you, Steve. I adore this shot. There's something that I'm really liking about the golden colors of the drapery and the bedding, the headboard, and the nightstands being mirrored up in this artwork, and just a little hint of that darkness of that navy. I do love that one. And I think the other one I'm leaning towards is, no, I think it's that one. So if I were to narrow down the two images that I like best, it's the Anna Kappa and Shoreline Show. Which one are you liking? So the next part of this is, how do you bring the artwork that you select into your space? And for me, that has to do with the textiles that you select in your space. So let me pull this down just a little bit. It's a little oversized. Once again, we want some breathing room around our images so that the art has some space. You don't want everything to feel crowded. For the same reason, we're moving the drapery away from the windows a bit. Not only does it make the windows feel larger, which makes your room feel larger, it's sort of a shortcut, but it's also to give those lamps a little breathing room, to give everything that's right in the center a little bit of space. And so we don't want this image to be crowded by the borders of the headboard and the wall frame. And let's look at this one. Now, do you notice the difference? We also looked at this in Brian's room. When there was some darkness in the image, you notice the edge a little bit more, but this one is a lot lighter overall, much more like the wall color. And so it sort of dissolves into the background. It dissolves into the paint color. And it allows you to go a little bit larger because it sort of melts into it. I also am liking how this 2-to-1 ratio of Anna Kappa is sort of self-bordered by the wall. It is the same amount of space below the art as it is from the sides of the art and basically to the curtain rods. So I do like that a lot. And again, this one you can kind of cheat a little bit because you do have more sky above the artwork that you can play with. So now let's take a look at adding in some decorative elements. Now, pillows are my favorite way to make that art come alive into the space. So pillows are an easy fix, so are throw blankets. I love Gail's existing throw blanket. And I feel like it's a really nice lightness to the space. So I wouldn't change that at all. It pairs really beautifully with the art. Now, if we were to, between the two images, with this image, I like the lightness of the linen pillow. I do like mimicking the textures in the art with those textiles. So do you see how her blanket has these sort of rippled textures, these swirls? That mimics the swirls in the water. And then I've selected this sort of wave pattern pillow to go on top, and then layered in the colors from the artwork. So let's go back and compare the two. Does it work with bows? Yes. So I am quite happy with both of those. Let me know your thoughts on which one you like best. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.